Alright folks, from Phoenix, we're here at Deer Valley for the title matches of today's JBT event. 4 of the bigger all-stars we got on tour, none bigger of course than Kyle King, looking for title number 52, which would also be back-to-back on the weekend. He hadn't won since December, and I think he took it to heart here as he had a great comeback win in the title match yesterday and opens up this title match with a strike in the first. Kyle's playing Cameron Smith. He already struck in his first frame, and in the handicap division, Brittany Kolatzny has torn him up all day long en route to the top seed, still looking for that elusive first career title, going up against a one-time winner in Cortez Schenck. 2 of the higher average and more talented handicap division bowlers rapidly losing their handicap, going at it here for the title today. Oh my, and what a break in the second there for Brittany. She spared in the first and trips out everything on the left side there in the second frame. Brittany liked this pair earlier in qualifying, and we'll see why there. Cortez strike working, opens up with a beautiful double. Kyle King, of course, the current Kyle King of the tour. All the talk is who's going to be the next Kyle King, the next dominant player. A lot of early money on Cortez at something like 11 or 12 years old, is showing all the talent in the world to go places in this game. Throws pretty good. So is this guy here in the left-hand lane, deep inside angle, as you'll often see him play late in the day. Way out there this time though. Yeah. A little more volume today than yesterday. It's the same pattern they're going to bowl the city tournament on. Didn't play too difficult. What's that? Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, you told me that. If you're familiar with the USBC red, white, and blue classifications, this is their white one. Really not too much trouble for the higher average players to figure this out today. Yesterday's cut was way up there at plus 60. Today's cut was plus 30, so still at average 206 just to be in the top half today, and evidence so far is we have had only 1 non-strike so far in 3, 5, 7, 9 shots. My goodness. Here's the one who had that. She had a 9 count in the first frame. Oh, and this time right through the schnoz. That's German for through the middle. Left 4 or 6, 7. Virtually unmakeable. If she wants to make it, the best thing we can do is have Riley jump in here and move the camera, because that's the only time this has been made. Sorry, Riley. Cross lane getting the 2 would be the smart play here, and she does.
All right, good girl.
Nice ball today, Joe.
Thank you.
Good job. Did you want a plaque or extra $10?
Oh, plaque.
Plaques are still down there. I'm going to be stuck here by that camera. Feel free to self-serve if you want, or I'll get you one at the end either way. We talked a lot about the history that Kyle's making, but Cameron Smith is making an awful lot of history for himself too. If he wins this match, he'll have climbed the ladder and captured his 20th career JBT title, which would put him something like 3rd or 4th in that range on our all-time list. So way right again for King. That ball was right early, and lucky to get the 4-9 out of there, and leaves kind of a wacky 7th pin, but that could have been a lot worse. Yesterday you'll have seen Kyle keeping the ball deep inside the entire time because he was trying to catch what's left of the oil. Today there's still enough volume early on where you can still get the ball not to react wildly in the mids, which allows him to play a much bigger swing, theoretically a better carrying line. Doing whatever it takes to maximize his carry, because he's usually in the pocket. No trouble at all in the 7th. So trails early by 11 pins. His opponent is still perfect, as is Tez. Tez has his own fan club on Facebook already. That's what the bowlers think of him. Little high there, crumbles up the split, only leaves the 10, and an opportunity for Brittany to get at least a strike working here in the 4th. She's giving the pins in this case. She's giving 5. She's got to win by 6. Obviously trails early with that split in the last frame.
Get it. All right, good pitch.
Unfortunately for Brittany, so far we got a highlight reel, meaning high one frame, light the next. She's been light both times on 19 and high last time on 20. Didn't roll the 2 this time. Covered up, make a little fine and tune adjustment, and get back in this match. If you watched yesterday's video, Kyle was down by something like 40 or 50 pins halfway and finally made the right set of adjustments and came all the way back and won the game. So that's a little pep talk for Brittany that you can't hear right there. So in this era of Kyle King, sometimes Cameron's name gets left out of the superstars, but he is exactly that. It is tough to win once out here, let alone 20 times, which he has a chance to do here. Oh, nice ball, just a half 10. Cameron won 3 matches to get here, but it wasn't easy. He was dead lost in the second game and won it with a 170 game, only because his opponent Chris Brown had some bad breaks too. So Cameron got away from that game, and then he made a ball change and looked much better in the semifinal, beating Joe Lewandowski. He got by Nick Lee in round 1. So that's been Cameron's adventure on 19 and 20. Switches balls, goes hard and straight at the 10 pin, and no trouble. Meanwhile, Kyle also still a little bit unlocked in. Light again, leaves the 2 pin. Kyle led this tournament ever since game 2, and he shot 247 in game 1, so that wasn't his fault either. After that, it was nothing but deuces all day long with a high of 279. Qualified first today at plus 380, easily qualifying first today. Brittany qualified first at plus 210. She lost the lead in the middle of the tournament and gained it back with a nice semifinal performance. It's just the perfect hybrid of the modern bowler. Got plenty of rotation on it to carry these days, but also has that fundamental stroker type form too, which will allow him to play in a variety of different lane conditions. There's just nothing wrong there. And a beautiful shot from Kolatzny as well. Give Kolatzny her props here. Brittany right now, even though she's still competing in the handicap division, is leading the all-conference female point list. So she has quickly developed into a star in her own right too, especially for the girls that we have on tour. Cameron right now leads by 11 pins. He's got a spare working in the 5th frame. Another good shot for Cameron.
Dempsey here. Hello.
Dempsey had a lot to do with Cameron still being on here right now, as he A, drilled the ball for him, right?
Yes.
And B, helped him switch to this ball in the semis, which is an obviously much better look than he had in the earlier games. Oh, he still owes for the ball? Oh my goodness, oh there you go. Nice shot there from King.
I'll buy you
10 in the pit, and assuming Cameron spares this, which he does, we have a potentially even match if Kyle can strike in his next shot. This is meant as a compliment, as I think it should be. Cortez is starting to remind me of a young Pete Weber, the way Pete would come out of that ball like he's doing right now. Weber's advantage was always the stroker form with the cranker amount of release, and it was the perfect combination of the two, and Cortez is starting to develop that as he's getting to start to get a little bigger, and that's going to be absolutely deadly if we have a little Pete Weber on tour. In my opinion, the best physical game ever to throw a bowling ball, so that's a high compliment to be saying that. Bad shot there from Brittany, unfortunately, has been light the 2 previous times and now a little worse, washed out. This spare is going to be close though. Oh! That is one of the cruddiest breaks in bowling. I hate wrapping washouts. Boy, is that annoying.
Leaving washouts.
Yeah. There's really nothing satisfactory about a washout in any the game. Oh dear. So it seems like, definitely seems like the tighter lane is 19, as most players have been light on the left and high every time on the right, and this time Cameron pays the price. The ugly little 4.79 there.
It was hard all day. There was no hook right, and then there was hook in the middle and patches of oil.
It looked like stuff pushed down a lot.
Yes.
Cameron's going to give this a run here. Oh!
Kind of seemed like the farther left you got, the better in qualifying at least. I was that way in match play too.
Earlier in the stepladder, it was all Tez beating Brooke Martinez, Stephen Hanpa making his first handicap finals, and Danny Varholt in the semis.
Wow.
Boy, is he circling it.
Woo.
Wow. That's at least covering 20 more boards than he did in yesterday's title match. Yesterday there was so much friction to the right that you had to keep it tight just to hold pocket. Now he's got just letting that thing wheel.
Hit. There you go.
Same characteristics, a little high in the right lane, but she trips out the 4 that time. But Tez has a chance to start to run away with it here. Oh.
He just that was dirty.
Well, he was the first to laugh that one off. The light hit saws the rack, but leaves the 4.
You love him. He's awesome. To the Riley right there. To the Riley. I'm rubbing off.
No problem at all. Spare. Want to see who wins? Watch part 2.